ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anime Watch Club, a bi-weekly group discussion and review where the host of the What You Say Anime podcast nominate and vote on shows either we haven't seen or shows that hopefully to a great discussion. On today's episode, the Butthole Surfers of the What You Say Anime podcast will be reviewing the 2018 anime Grand Blue. Pat did not get that reference. This is normally when I introduce everybody, but we are light on the cast, so we're bringing back the original big three of Miles, Pat, and myself. So I'm gonna pass it over to Pat to get things started. Pat, take it away.
I can't just run past that. What was the reference?
It's a band. It's a band called the Butthole Surfers.
Oh, did you get that reference, Miles?
I did.
They have one really popular song.
We're in Who's in My Room last night, right? Was that them?
Yes.
Yep. It was on Guitar Hero.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's how my generation knows it.
There you go. Okay, well, I guess I'm just too young for this. Oh yeah, there you go. Active.
Frankly, we're too young too. If it wasn't in Guitar Hero,
Correct.
Their last album was in 2001.
Yeah.
But
I was about to say 81 to 2001. 9/11 really fucked them up. I guess that's too bad.
They have an album called Rembrandt Pussy Horse.
I actually like that a lot. On brand for Grand Blue.
Not only that, but we're also doing a really good job of not saying bad words in the first 5 minutes of a YouTube video.
I was simply just saying the name of an album.
No, I know.
We'll see if Apple Podcast marks us as XSplit or not.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will.
We'll deserve it. We'll deserve it. But yeah, we're watching Grand Blue, or also called Grand Blue Dreaming. It is a show that aired in the summer 2018 season. Sourced from a manga done by Studio Zero G, who I have never heard of. So I'm going to click real quick and see what else they have done. They've done the other Grand Blue. My Roommate is a Cat. What a weird coverage there. And other stuff I don't recognize myself. Does anyone?
Science Types, Fell in Love, Cool Guy and his colleague. They got some. They're
I wouldn't say bangers. I wouldn't say bangers either.
I will say Grand Blue is definitely their magnum opus.
I guess that's not hard. That's hard for me to argue in this context. So fair enough. But all right, yeah, that's Studio Zero G, genre of comedy with themes of adult cast and gag humor and a demographic of seinen. This show is a show. Let's start talking about it with our first impressions. Spoiler free as well for those of you who are worried about it. Not that there really is a spoiler in this at all. Miles, why don't you start us off? And would you recommend this or not?
Yeah, really quick. They also made an anime adaptation of the gacha game Grand Blue. Not to be confused with Grand Blue. Next.
Minus the D. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, so let's see. First few episodes of the show. I guess this is a spoiler warning. I'm not going to be super high on the show. However, I do think that the first few episodes are a bit worse than the rest of the show. I think it gets stronger as time goes by. So, if you're watching this, you see the first few episodes, you're on the fence. I would continue. That being said, I would not recommend this. I thought that the humor was pretty samey, just sort of consistently, not very imaginative. Most of the jokes were like, someone is naked. And like, you can do that every once in a while. I'm all about it, but it just sort of happens like a lot. It just felt very packed, like very dense with people are naked jokes and we are drunk jokes. And like, I do get it is set in college and like, college was a fun time, but it was a lot. Even, for that, we'll talk about this later, I think, but I sort of wish, because the show does have some good heartfelt moments and everything, and I sort of wish they had maybe switched the ratio a bit, or at least evened it out, because to me, this is sort of like 90% antics, and most of these antics were not hitting for me, which is why I want to recommend it.
Yeah, I agree with you on the, like I was also very confused by just how much noise there was going on watching this show, around so many dick jokes, so many dick jokes. But yeah, all right, Pete, what about you?
Yeah, I like gag humor style shows quite a bit. Some of my favorites like Asobi Asobase and Psyche K, like those are 10s for me. when you get into like sort of the horniness of gag comedy anime, that's where it can sort of lose me. There are some that are just like not for me, but then there are some bangers like Prison School or Konosuba that are just like right up my alley. So I feel like it can be a little bit of a hit or miss. This one was for me was a hit. I've already seen it before, and I will say I definitely enjoyed it more the second time through. I don't know why I didn't enjoy it that much the first time, but I remember I looked at my mail and I saw that I gave it a lower score than I gave it the second time through. So I do think like it can get samey in terms of like the comedy, but I thought overall there was some pretty good writing in the show with some of the bits that they did that I found it better than I would say average. Especially when they do the dick joke all the time. I do thought that they mix it up enough for me to enjoy it. It wasn't just always the dick joke. There was the dick joke a lot, don't get me wrong, but like it was the dick joke plus something else on top of it. I would recommend this if you're a fan of like Golden Boy, Space Dandy, like those type of shows. I think this is like would be like right up your alley. But yeah, I would recommend the show.
Alrighty. Did you guys know that the manga that this is sourced from has a 9.03 on Mal and is the number 11 manga of all time according to its readers? And
Very popular.
that's mind blowing to me. How does this translate to I guess it could translate to a manga, like because like half of the jokes are visual jokes or whatever, or text based jokes. I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it does translate well to a manga. Ignore me. I also will join the not recommended club for this, especially with the caveat of if it was me recommending to myself. I'm probably closer to Miles than I am Pete with enjoyment. I thought, like Miles said, there are a lot of really good moments in this, good character moments, and when they are actually doing those, they're great. But I was very just frustrated, and like Miles said too, the first few episodes were super weak, I think, compared to the rest of the show. It definitely got better as it went along, but I still wouldn't recommend it. I guess it just wasn't my style of comedy most of the time. There are some very, very funny gags that I'm sure we'll talk about in this episode. But like I think again, like Miles said, but like Miles said, it was like 90% of the time there were just jokes being fired at you left and right, and maybe a third of them stuck for me, if that, if we're being generous, maybe a tenth of them more likely that really stuck. So I didn't enjoy it as much as I wish I did. But yeah, I guess that's one recommend and two not recommends after us three. And I believe Jay would have recommended this,
Oh yeah.
and Cat would have been
You would recommended
wishy
it.
wishy washy, but recommend probably as well. So yeah, let's get into our spoiler zone, and yeah, lots of spoilers for this, guys. I can't even think of a joke to make about that. There is no spoiler. There's no plot to this show. They just go diving and drink a lot of alcohol, right?
Let's go.
I have
Yeah.
okay. So I'm going to compliment the show just to sort of. But now that we're in the spoiler mode, I did like that he didn't pass his thing at the end, and then there was like that thing there, and like that is as spoiler heavy as you can get on this. But this is an example of something in the show that like I did like his little like trying to get better at the diving, still struggling with the mask clearing and everything, and like not being able to go on that dive, but having the resolve to keep getting better, still wanting to do it. You don't see anime do that a lot, right? Like your main character doesn't fail at a task like that very often. I think in most other shows you would have had blue hair girl be the one who like failed and like learned a lesson or whatever. But so I like that. It allowed our main character to like fail and like grow and stuff, and I thought that was good. Okay, now
I might have liked it more, that moment more, if I didn't have to see a leak sticking out of his ass
Oh, that was
10
so
seconds after
funny.
they
That was
reveal
so
that.
funny.
Again, well, it's just like, I guess it's whiplash where like I think we've used Golden Kamui in this kind of like conversation or context so many times. Golden Kamui, I think I enjoy the high stakes more, and it's more frequent versus the slapstick stuff comes out of nowhere and then it's just done. I guess it's that ratio again, where like Golden Comedy is mostly serious with that little bit of comedy thrown in, versus this is mostly comedy with a little bit of serious thrown in. I wish it was more Golden Kamui esque, where then those moments would make me laugh more rather than being like oh my God, they're having a really nice moment. This is cool. Character development. And then it flips the screen and he's laying there face down, ass up with a leak sticking
Hell
out his
yeah.
butt. You know, it was kind of, I props to him for standing up there. But yeah, sorry, Miles, were you going to do a synopsis now or should we? Yeah, we already skipped it. They drink and
They go to college. He meets his cousins and tries to bang them, and then they also get drunk and have a good time together, and sometimes go diving.
but
And
you
it's
shouldn't
fun.
have a problem with the cousin banging because it's just the language thing, right? They're not
It's
actually
not in this
cousins.
case.
No,
You
that's
see,
not.
cousin
Ah.
is not a term that is used interchangeably, unlike brother or sister. I think they're literally just related in this.
They are. Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
fun. Great.
Um,
And so when they announce that they're dating as like a cover,
they've got to
that
be like
works.
second cousins or something. Who knows? We don't know. But it's just I don't know. It is treated pretty normally. So like I have to assume that it's not weird because it's not treated as if it's such. I don't know. I don't know. They could just just don't do it. I don't know. I mean, I did want to ask Pete about this though, and this is a category that we could go off of because Pete was higher on this than we were, Pat, and part of the reason I think we were probably lower on it is especially at the beginning. They sort of play into a few tropes that we don't like. So like Kohai's initial bit, right, for like the first 3 episodes, the joke is that he is a lolicon. That happens like quite a bit. There's a scene where he's like, "I used to be an otaku," and then like he clearly still is, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
and then what it means in this case, it's like it's all very small, childlike characters, and they do get to play that for like laughs sometimes, where they like put all the posters up on like Iori's room and stuff, and like that is kind of funny, but also like, why you got all that, man, on call? The other thing is, I guess I would personally say the cousins thing is a pass. However, they do the sibling in love with the other sibling thing. They establish this with the sisters, and then they drop it almost immediately.
Kind of.
And then they randomly pick it up in like episode 8.
Yep.
And then they drop it again. So that was a little bit weird for me because I had almost forgotten that it happened. So I guess Pat, I'm assuming you agree with me. You did not like these intro jokes that admittedly do sort of die off as the show goes on.
Yeah, the only thing I would add is just there were more character development moments later on in the show, which is probably why I liked it more too, because it wasn't just like there was those last few episodes I thought were really, really good overall. Like especially compared to the start of the show where there's just so much dick on screen, man. Like I couldn't like, and like I get it if naked is funny. Naked's the joke. They're naked. That's the joke. And maybe there was maybe I'm giving the show too much credit here, even thinking that, it was a play on the fact that normally it's the women that get naked in the show, but then the show has them get naked too, or like teased about it and things like that happen too. So I don't know. It's just it didn't make me laugh, or it wasn't what made me think that the show was funny. It was the dialogue or we'll do a favorite gag later, so I'll save mine for that. But like that kind of thing, like those jokes hit more for me than, they're all naked suddenly, ha ha ha. They're all really drunk, ha ha. Like that kind of stuff just didn't really click for me, especially because it felt like it was someone who didn't go to college trying to be like, this is what college is like. I don't know.
Well, it's
Miles, I think you and I
exaggerated.
Right, but it's like so exaggerated.
Okay, so how I took it is that they wanted, because a lot of times, like when you see like Japanese college students or whatever, it's like them going to class and then maybe they do like after school party stuff or whatever like that. But usually it's never like to the level that Grand Blue does. And I think it was like sort of to just like express that these are just like really rowdy party animals in a way that makes sense in anime. And so I personally didn't find like them getting naked all the time like a problem. Like I think it's funny to like that's their frat bro. Like their frat bros are just swimmer dudes who get naked, or rugby guys who get naked, or just guys who get naked in general. And I think that's just how they wanted to showcase it in the show, and I was perfectly fine with it. I think the tropes that you mentioned earlier, I didn't like it when they started off with, but I thought the beginning episodes, I thought they were great. I think like setting
Interesting. Okay.
setting the tone with like getting into college and like joining a club, and you have like these senpais that are like really trying to recruit these newbies, and like they need more people in their club, so they'll do anything to sort of like get these people involved. And so I thought they set the tone of like a rowdy group of individuals who like to party pretty damn well. So I actually like thoroughly enjoyed the beginning episodes, because it's like if you wanted to create these characters in an anime world, how do you do it? And I think that this is a great way to showcase, like, you know, they're very open about who they are as people. They're very open with like their bodies, since they're swimming all the time. Like they don't mind being in like skimpier outfits, I would say. Like I think in the context of the show, it made sense. Like, yes, it's obviously for fan service. Like all the dudes are jacked, all the chicks are jacked and stacked. So it's like I'm not like, it's there for a reason. Like I'm not dumb, but like I think if they wanted to portray like this crazy wild, I think the more outrageous thing is like they have their own like freaking yacht. Like that's crazy. Like that's the biggest thing. Like if anything, like they'd be, if they're broke college kids, they'd be paddling out in canoes or something.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that I hadn't considered. Was like, you know, a big theme in this is like trying to get money, and like that's a thing in college, right? Like I had to work like 3 jobs
Oh yeah,
at once in school to like pay for things, but like
intramural ump right here, baby.
yeah, like I you know, I TA'd, I worked at like our fast food places and stuff. I did a bunch of things, but like I hadn't considered, they're like, oh, diving is expensive, and like, yeah, but also they have a boat.
Yeah,
They have a
They
big
could
old boat.
charter. They could. They have a fishing boat, essentially, or bigger. No, not a fishing. They have something that is bigger than a fishing boat too. It's not just like a 10, 20-foot dinghy that you take like 8 people out on, and then you're crowded the whole ride.
Okay,
Like, yeah, no,
so
they have a luxury boat. Like,
yeah, I'm looking. Okay, I'm looking at the PV art, and all, what, like, is it 8?
yeah,
All 8 of the main characters are on like the bow porch.
yeah. It's a yacht. It's a
And
yacht.
it's very large.
It's a small yacht, but it's still a yacht.
Yeah, that is that's a good question.
Why don't they just charter people out for that and then make money doing that too? That would make sense.
Maybe it's owned by
wait,
like
no,
the,
don't they?
Maybe it's owned by
They
like
do,
the
the
store
business
owner.
people.
Yeah,
They go
Yeah.
they go on a dive too with those other random strangers. Isn't that when they're actually on the yacht doing a dive?
That was in
other than, like, just
Okinawa.
off the coast?
right?
Oh, right. Yeah. So they still
No,
do have one at
yeah.
home.
So there is a scene when they're practicing diving that there are like 2 businessmen coming by, and they're like, they're here to rent out like our services and go diving before or after their meeting or whatever, because they like doing that. And so that is actually, they do actually do that, and it takes up about 10 seconds of screen time, which honestly I think is probably fair. It just sort of acknowledges that this part of the world. I was talking to Pete a little bit before the podcast. It was similar to Class, where they had like half an episode dedicated to the college part of college in like episode 7 or something, where they're trying to study for a German test. And I was like, that's all I needed, but I did need some acknowledgement of the fact that they were actually in college, because I was starting to wonder if I had like heard wrong, because they never did
Right.
anything that you would do in college other than party. But then they did, and I was like, okay, we are in college now. We can go back to the fun part of that, right? Like, you know, we don't want to see people studying or whatever.
It also seems like they go to a college where it has like a 95% acceptance rate and like a 95% graduation rate based off that German test. That didn't seem like you had to try too hard at that college.
I did think the joke in the German test was funny, where he was giving them words to translate, and one was like John Smith, just like
It was just a name.
Like, this is English.
It was so good though. Yeah. What was your favorite joke? Let's get right into the fun stuff before I guess we criticize it too much.
I don't even have too much stuff to criticize, other than the fact that I didn't like how dense the nudity and sex jokes were. They were just a little too packed in for me. It wasn't that you know, that's just my main flaw with it, really. Like, we can talk about it more, but it's just that for 12 episodes. It's like every episode I was like, wow, I wish there was slightly less sex jokes in this.
Yeah, that's actually honestly a good way to put it, because I feel pretty similarly. I don't think that there's really much more beyond it that I didn't like either. But there's just so much of that, it's like
it's like 1/3 of the episode, any given episode is sex
minimum
jokes.
yeah.
So
Well, it'd be like, oh, macaroni and cheese. Well, I didn't like the cheese, but I liked the macaroni. Well, you still didn't like half of the dish there. That was a really good analogy, guys. Thanks.
You did great. That was amazing.
Good job, man.
Yeah, no. But so it just like,
also,
well, we
weird
love
part
recurring
of
bits.
macaroni and cheese to like, not like the cheese, but do like the macaroni. That's some sociopath stuff. Can I get macaroni and cheese with no cheese, please?
Ooh. Do you want
Just
noodles?
pasta at that point? Yeah, you want pasta, baby.
Sauce it up. Okay, but Pete, what was your favorite bit?
Man, I got a couple. I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought the show was really fun. I really
we
like
have favorite bits too. I think we all liked parts of it. So
I like the nice buddy tennis scene, and then all the passed out like, oh, there's a hot girl over there. I'm hearing nice buddy, where they're thinking it's saying nice body, and then they start saying nice body due to how they're playing tennis, which, by the way, is not a legit strategy. As somebody who has played tennis their entire life, aiming at the person is actually really bad. Because you can just hold your racket up because the force. It's really easy to.
I mean, I guess, but it's a body shot. That's a natural part of tennis. I
it's not you on this. It's not a strategy where you aim for it.
Well, normally you like apologize afterwards. I would like in the excessive way that they were doing it isn't true, but like when you're playing doubles tennis, hitting the front court person is a pretty normal strategy, is it not? Like hitting it straight at them
it's not.
Or at their feet. No,
it's not. Oh. No. As somebody who played varsity doubles for 4 years, no, it's not.
What about hitting your own teammate in the back of the head?
I have done that. Okay, you guys want to hear? We'll have fun stories. So when I was playing my senior year of tennis, I played doubles and I was serving, and I served it so bad that I hit my partner in the back of the head, like where the neck connects to the head. We had to forfeit the match because he couldn't stand up. Like I concussed him with a tennis ball. Maybe not concussed, but he was so dazed he couldn't continue.
Sounds concussed to me.
The match. I'm pretty sure he had a concussion, but like I smoked him so hard right in the back of the neck that like he was dazed when he tried to stand up. So that's my fun tennis story. But I really enjoyed the nice buddy, nice body thing. I thought that was really funny how like the zombies sort of like flocked to the tennis match thinking that. But one bit that I thought was like really funny, and I do think this would work better and surprisingly in a high school setting and not college, is when I don't know about you guys, but it's like when I went to college, I was the only guy who had a girlfriend. And so I was the guy who all my friends tried to like ruin my relationship so we could hang out and drink. So that was episode like 8 or 9, I think, where they were trying to cock block his buddy. I was the guy getting cock blocked in college. So I thought that was pretty funny that like when you're like, I guess this is more like freshman year when like you're in college and you want to like, you're experiencing freedom for the first time and like you have access to somebody buying you booze. It's like, you want to go hang out with your girl. Like the boys want to like go drink. They don't want you to go hang out with your girlfriend. So I thought that episode was really funny just because it sparked some college memories for me.
So yeah. Okay. I think actually this gag is sort of, it encompasses the overness of the show for me a little bit because like, I mean, that's psychotic what they did, right?
Oh yeah, it was aggressive, but it was funny.
Like, I mean, so I had a girlfriend in college, and I definitely like ditched my friends too much in retrospect and stuff for her, and like things with it. But like, mostly, we all were like helping each other out.
You had good friends.
I was in the same boat where it's like, yeah, oh, he's doing well. That to counteract that, earlier in the show when they were doing the mixer, yes. I thought that the chopsticks joke where they were like angling their chopsticks to indicate who they were interested in or who they were going to try to flirt with was really funny because that's like again, a little psychopathic, but that's like big braining and gaming the system that they are trying to emulate, or that that everyone's done. Well, I haven't ever actually been. No, I have been to a mixer. Never mind. That's a lie. I always did one, boys and girls soccer, but it wasn't like set up like that. It was just a house party. Like it was just not.
So not a mixer at all.
Not a mixer in the Japanese sense, but it was the idea was it was for the fresh.
Oh,
for the
sure. I see what you're saying.
boys and the freshman girls and all the other boys and girls soccer players to meet each other in preseason. Like it was labeled a mixer, but it's not in like the Japanese traditional sense of the mixer, or speed dating almost, essentially.
Yeah, that's a mixer is like a group date, but no one's like formed yet. In Japan, it feels like a group first date, but
which is weird. It's cool.
It's neat, cool. Right? Like I like it. It's not
what it's called here in the US, or at least like when I've heard mixer used.
A mixer usually there's like a punch bowl and everyone mixes.
Yeah. We're more literal here. Well, who's more literal than the Japanese, though? I don't know.
It depends on the expression.
Thank you, Miles. Resident Japanese profession. No.
Resident. I studied it at all. That's
you are our professional. That's why you're our pro.
Watashi wa Miles des.
I would do see, this is where I'd get a little fancy, right? I'd be like Miles Tomoshimasu, right?
Oh, Sugoi.
Like called with Miles, right? So
Sugoi.
We're like
have you guys been seeing Sephiroth Sword on your Twitter timeline a lot lately too? Because he's been blowing up again. Do you know who he is? He's that.
I haven't been on.
Oh, is that
the
45-year-old white dude? Who's the Japanese master or whatever? Yeah. Yeah. That dude's hilarious. Yeah, dude's great.
He calls everyone gaijins and like does the sword thing and bakas and like funny. You don't like Nihon like I do. Like he's so good. I suggest you look him up, Miles, because you're gonna cry laughing because you'll be able to get even more jokes than what we get.
Have you ever seen the meme of the white dude in the kimono or whatever? He's just like he's like a neck beard standing in like a kimono standing still. Maybe not. This. Miles is out of the internet culture now. It's that guy essentially.
Like man, I had a kid.
I mean that's not fair.
I would say so did I, but I didn't. So that's why I know of. At least.
How do we respond to that? That's not a fair.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're lucky.
You had a kid. Well, I have softball practice on Tuesday, Miles.
No, I'm just like I'm not. I'm just trying to explain the fact that I'm not on the memes anymore.
That's true.
I don't. I also have zero social media, basically.
You've achieved unk status, as the youth say, right?
Oh, he's not 35 yet. Once he is, he's an unk.
Oh,
almost there. A couple more years.
Yeah, we got 2 more years.
Shit, I'm gonna be unk here any second now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I've still got some time.
Shit, I'm not old.
We're still doing this when you become unk status, Pat. It's time to retire. Yep. That's.
Yeah, no, 9 years left of us doing Watch Club. Then we'll have watched every anime that has ever existed by then. So don't worry.
Let's talk about the show again real quick.
My favorite
that's
bit
right.
too. Did you do your favorite bit? Or
well,
no?
I wanted to talk about Pete's a little bit more because this genuinely was a moment I didn't like, and I kind of want to. Like, did your friends like actually try to like if you were like doing well, would they be like? Let's try to fuck this up.
I was trying to sound cool, and realistic was my friends wanted me to get on League so we could team fives. I played mid lane, so they need a mid laner. So it was more of like not actually like wanted to drink, but like, yo, get on League, we're scrimming or something like that. But yes, that did happen 100%. Like I was, yes.
Oh, because we used to have like, so we'd be like drinking or whatever, and my friends Peter and
gang.
Rick Storm.
That's not
honestly,
a real person. Rick Storm? That sounds like a professional bowler.
Second half of my name.
Rick's Dorm. Rick's Dorm.
I heard Rick Storm. I was like, that's not a real person.
Turns out it's person I've ever heard of. Yeah.
Me and my friend Rick Storm.
Yeah, right. Me and what was that the Step Brothers line? Me and John Hopkins and Sloan Kettering, and we were blazing that shit all day.
But we would just be like we used to. What was everyone's resident drink? Because we used to do 40s a lot.
Vodka
which I feel like-
Sprites.
Okay. We
Like
did
cheap
40s
vodka.
and then Andre Champagne.
What the fuck? Champagne in college?
Yeah, okay, because have you ever had Andre? Like, we're too old for this now.
It's cheap.
But it's like a $6 bottle, dude.
I'll say Kharkov vodka, you get a 175 for $12.
Okay,
That's pretty good. I raise you this in Cambridge, the most expensive neighborhood to live in the country. I used to get a Colt 45 and a Four Loko and I would make sidewalk slammers for $6 collectively. And even me, a big, heavy drinker, that would fuck me up. And it was great. It was the perfect amount. Well, so you drink half the 45.
Yep.
And then you pour the rest of the Four Loko in.
So it's like a
slammer. Okay. And then you drink it's the malt liquor mixed with it was so good. It actually tastes really good. I like it.
Okay, wait, but it's a brass monkey, but instead of orange juice, it's Four Loko.
A brass monk. Oh yeah, I guess it is. But it's a sidewalk. That's why it's a sidewalk slammer.
Yeah. I guess like when I got into bars because I was 21, I got AMFs a lot, mostly because that was fun to say, to ask for. Did you guys have those?
Long Island,
motherfuckers.
That's all I got.
Okay, so it's a Long Island with a little bit more alcohol in it, which is why it's called an Adios motherfucker.
Oh my god, that sounds incredible.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that. Yeah,
it's a good one. But I did
like a fun Long Island story.
Yes,
I went to a bar. I went to a bar once.
Let's do it.
I went to a bar once. They had $1 Long Islands, $1, starting at 8 p.m. They closed the bar by 10:15 because it was so out of control of people drinking $1 Long Islands. Shockingly, guess what happens when you drink Long Islands? So that was a great night.
You crash out.
We just went home. We didn't even go out the rest of the night. We just left. Just like, fuck it.
Have you ever had Long Island's on Long Island?
Hell no. If you catch me in Long Island, I've been kidnapped.
Suffolk County's beautiful. Don't worry. It's a really fun place. But fair enough. Miles, sorry, we sidetracked a bit here.
Well, that's okay. So so in our Discord, we have a long-standing feud between Chili's and Applebee's.
Yep.
And I am Team Applebee's.
Gang.
And I am Team Applebee's specifically because they had $3 Long Islands on trivia night. And that's it, because honestly, both their food is awful.
Yeah.
No, so you gotta go back. You have to go back. Chili's is unironically, I'm taking the soapbox now. Chili's is unironically really good now. And it costs the same as McDonald's. You go there with one other person, your bill will end up being $30. You go to Chili's, get a triple dipper each and one drink, and your bill will be $30, and it's better food, and it comes out to you real quick. It's delicious. I love Chili's. I will die on that hill. So
look, I'm not here like it's not like my food takes are great or anything, but if I'm going for a restaurant like that, I'm going regional, I'm going to a 99's. Like, it's just
no idea what
it's just where I'm at. You wouldn't. Pat would.
I do too. I know what it is. Yes, and no way. You gotta. That's like you don't even go into it thinking, "Oh, I'm going to a restaurant." You're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go get a meal. I'm gonna get a meal and sit down to have it in
a location."
In a location,
a non-specified
food and alcohol and El Presidente margarita and their margaritas. Oh my god! Unbelievable.
Oh my god! I love these fries.
I get white girl wasted on margaritas at Chili's very frequently. And yeah, and then Ashley drives us home, and it's great. So there we go. Go Chili's. Please sponsor us. That would be so sick.
Applebee's. Yo, I'm the host. It's Applebee's or bust, baby.
Nope. Whoever gives us the check.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. Chili Canes with the check. I will switch teams in a millisecond. I do not care.
There we go.
Miles, what's your favorite bit?
Yeah, your favorite bit. Sorry. Okay, so I was looking up more drinks I had in college, because one we used to get was called an and get naked, and I can't find it anywhere, so it must be like a Spokane regional thing or something. But it just felt appropriate for this. So I don't know. It's tough for me because, like, one, I'm the resident humor hater, right? Like, I hate fun.
True.
It's what I'm known for.
No
And
fun.
whimsy. No whimsy.
Yeah, no whimsy, as Jay
that was
told me
great.
earlier. And like, let's ignore my score on several things. But yeah, no whimsy. I did think a lot of things were pretty funny. I liked, again, the pointing thing. Oh, I liked and I didn't think I would like this going into it, so I'm glad that I did. I liked the joke they played on the tennis captain to like defend Keiki is what they call her.
Mhm.
Where like they pretend to be what's her name?
Chisa. No, sorry.
No, it's
Asusa. Yeah.
Asusa, yeah. To like make fun of him since they were so mean to her.
Yep.
And I thought that bit ended up being like pretty funny, but also like good. I actually liked her character, Keiki's, like a lot because I think a lot of the heartfelt moments came from her. Though those aren't necessarily bits. I don't know. I just know how to be. It's tough. I'm trying to get myself out of this mindset here because there were things I like, but I don't remember them as much as things that like I didn't like, which is always is tough. But I find that with humor like a lot, sadly. Like I've gone to movies, been like, this is hilarious the entire time through, and then tried to think of a joke after and just couldn't.
I think I have a way that we can like set the mood for Grand Blue a little bit better in our podcast. And so Miles and Pat, can I ask you guys both to take your pants off? And I will also take my pants off, and then maybe we can feel a little bit more refreshed. Okay.
Why do you think I have pants on?
I don't know. That's a great question, actually. Let me put my pants back on.
I need some alcohol before I finish this task.
Yeah, you got to binge drink like right now.
Right now.
And then
a bit I did think
hammered too somehow.
A bit I did think was funny was when they were studying for the diving thing. But like they had to like break up the rooms. They couldn't do like all the men in one room. So Iori like had to sleep with the women. For me, it was like when they were asking him the questions and he was just like spot on getting all of them right. But then they would ask some, and like when he was reading that part, he must have been like trying not to focus on boobs or something. And so he was just like, don't look at their boobs or whatever. Like,
reflexively, yeah.
Yeah. Just which is, you know, go ahead.
I was gonna say, to go along with that one too, like that moment where they're like, "Oh, how you actually did get some sleep last night?" They're like, "How?" or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I literally I blacked myself out." Like he like choked himself to sleep, and they were like, "That's actually an impressive skill." Like, wow, that was my favorite joke of the whole show. That had me. I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard at like the idea of like, I'm stuck between two women sleeping and I can't sleep. I'm gonna choke myself out so that I can sleep. I'm gonna black myself out. He had the scars on his neck or the bruises on his neck. That was so funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know, because like I guess I want to make it clear that like I'm not anti like sex jokes or anything, because like I thought a lot of them were like the fish one I thought was pretty funny because they were like using actual fish names that are just pretty horny. And having a misunderstanding. And I also think it was silly that the entire episode was entirely based off of the same joke of misunderstanding stuff. I thought that was like a lot. Maybe spread that out. My God. But I did think that individual bit was funny. Oh, I also thought when, and this is from the same episode, so this truly is proving it was just the density of these jokes while I was watching it, because when Chisa is drowning him to help him with like fixing his mask, and then Aina comes out and she's like, "You're doing some sort of advanced adult technique."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Actually, this is for beginners." I thought was really funny.
That was good.
The writing is great, man. It's really witty. Like, it's really witty.
It is when it wants to be, which is why I wish it wanted to be more often, you know? And like, I really liked, I normally hate the whole misunderstanding trope or whatever, like off of like one thing or whatever, but I thought that they played it pretty well in that same episode you were talking about, Miles, where everyone just jumps into the conversation to listen for like a split second and hears just every euphemism or joke possible. Like, "Oh, we're going to do it all, go all the way tonight. Oh, better be
Oh,
ready
yeah.
and stretched out, like all that stuff. Like I thought
I'm so wet
because
was one of them.
all of that in context is hilarious because it was like clearly making fun of that trope of like what misunderstandings lead to and like usual stereotypical anime. So I thought that bit was extremely well done too, which is again probably why I liked the later half of the show more, because every joke we've talked about in the last 10 minutes has been in the second half of the show or later. So not later, but you know,
Or
the
further
third
back
half
in the
or in
second
the
half. Yeah.
yeah
In the third
yeah
half.
yeah.
You want to know something funny about the show that's like it's not explicitly stated, but I think I find it very funny that in the anime that they had to age all the characters to 20 because they show them drinking. So in the anime, they're all 20 or higher or older, but in the manga, they're not. They're like actually because like Keiki, they clearly state that she's a freshman, and then there's an episode where she's drinking, where you can be a 20-year-old freshman. That's not like the issue, but it's like you're perceived to think that she's like 18, 19, 17, 18, 19 coming into college, but then they had to age her up in the anime to make so it's like, no, it's okay, she can drink. So I wonder how it is in the manga, how they showcase, like, is it okay to show drinking underage in the manga, but not in the anime?
There has to be different broadcasting laws. I'm thinking about that because, like, I always think about when people's outfits get changed, and then like people complain how like woke Western influence is like affecting the translation, but like actually it's just TV broadcasting laws compared to like manga laws.
Yeah, people are dumb. So.
Yeah, they are for sure. But that's how I know about it. Because
Yeah,
like people complain about that, and then I read why. Why did this thing happen?
In the US, a good example, you can't show like people drinking beer or alcohol on television, but then every YouTube video that has a beer sponsor, they like shotgun the beer in the
that's
video,
right. Yeah, because they're always just holding it, right?
And they can go to take a sip, and then it cuts right before they take the sip.
I didn't notice that, but I mean, like I did notice it, but I didn't know that was like a thing. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a rule. It's a broadcast rule.
There was even a Super Bowl commercial about it, I think, this last year, where it was like
Shane Gillis. He was.
Is that who it was? Okay,
it was with Post Malone, and they were like, "Oh, we can take a drink in 3, 2, 1." Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and they cut it.
Neil Patrick Harris had that one with Heineken too, where he like holds the Heineken, walks off the screen, drinks it, and is like, "Oh, it's so refreshing. I wish you guys could see it." That's it, or whatever, something like that. Yeah, no, it's a very interesting law because it's like, does that imply that you shouldn't be allowed to drink at all, or does that imply that you're just supposed to buy alcoholic drinks to look good and like not actually drink them for their taste? Like, I don't know. Like there's a little bit of a logical fallacy there that, but at the end of the day, they pay a lot to advertise. So I'm guessing that's why they're still
yeah, I don't know. I'm not like trying to, I don't know. If you could advertise beer, you might as well show people drinking it, in my opinion. Like, doesn't make sense to, but whatever. But yeah, I think that's probably what it is here, is that like their rating would go up if they had underage drinking in the TV show. And so yeah, I mean, let's see what the rating is. Yeah, PG-13. I don't know if underage drinking gets you like the R in Japan. I have no idea.
That's a great question. If anybody knows, let us know. I'm intrigued.
Pete, you have a thing to talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk because we were talking about this before pre-show in terms of like the cast, because they have, I would say, 8 characters that are prominently shown. But this was actually my biggest issue with the show, is usually when you have a show with like 8+ people, there's normally one character that I find better than the others. And this is a rare show where it's like, I like the cast a lot, but there's no one character that I like the best. Like, Keiki is probably the closest, but even then, I didn't think like that she was great. I guess let me put it this way. These characters like don't stand out individually. They all thrive off of each other, which I thought was like good and bad. So I guess your guys' thoughts, did you have a favorite character? How'd you like the cast? That type of thing.
Which one is Keiki? I'm sorry.
Aina?
The one who was wearing the makeup, who ended up having the short blue hair.
Looks like Ray. She dresses up as Ray.
So Aina. Okay. How they're labeled on Mal is confusing me. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Pete. Like in the sense that the cast was almost too big to then get attached to anyone in particular, especially with, again, most of the show is them doing gag jokes rather than like serious character moments. I think that limits how much we can attach ourselves to them. I really liked our main character, though. Honestly, I think that he was probably my favorite character, which is an easy cop out, of course. But I I agree with you completely that they were very. There's almost too many characters that I wanted to try to learn more about, and they kind of all just blended together too. Because I mean, the two drunken seniors or whatever, like the leaders of the club, like they could have been one person and it wouldn't have changed anything in the show in my head. You know what I mean? Like that's like an example where like I have no different idea who the difference between the two of them are, other than I guess one of them apparently has a girlfriend according to Asuza in that scene, like in the bed or whatever. So like that's the only difference or thing I know about them versus like the main character got plenty of development and we saw into him and then the two female leads as well, or primary female leads, I guess I should say, because Ina or Keiko, Keiko, Keiki,
I just call her Cake.
Keiki, because of her
Keiki.
face makeup that when we meet her.
Oh, Keiki. I'm thinking of cake like spelled like Kei, like the Japanese way.
Oh no, literal
yeah,
cake.
no, cake.
No, oh my
like
god,
caked
I'm so
on.
dumb. I'm so
It's
dumb.
okay.
I do remember that nickname being used. You're right. Yeah. And like Keiki's another example of someone though that gets a lot of development too, which is good. But then what about all of his other side friends? I didn't really know too much about them other than they were kind of perverts. So and also psychopaths, as we established earlier.
Yes.
They're fun psychopaths though.
I would have never forgiven them. It's like
really.
It was like his childhood friend. They were like, yeah, it's over now. I guess he fumbles the bag on his own at the end, for whatever that's worth. But let the man do that. Don't try to bat it. I don't know. I agree with that. I think it's tough because I think Iori is a pretty good character, like a main character. He has like some growth and good moments and stuff, but like him and Chisa are like relatively compelling as like a romantic pair in sort of a tropey tsundere kind of way. Like it's pretty basic, but it gets the job done, I think. And you can see the genuine affection they have for each other and like how she likes how much he loves the activity and is like trying to do that and all of that. And, obviously all the pervy stuff is like not really contextualized because it's played for laughs, right? Is one way or the other. I do like Keiki's art. I like Azusa. I feel like every character is like somewhere between like a C and a B plus. Like, no great standouts, but as I go down them, besides maybe Kohei, I like them all. I don't think Kohei necessarily got any moments to shine. He was mostly sort of like played for gags, and also I didn't like the gags. So, like the 1/3 of the show that Pat and I are saying we weren't big fans of was actually mostly Kohei doing things. So, like for some reason, him getting naked makes me more upset than like the seniors getting naked. I don't know why. I can't rationalize that, but it's there.
Oh, another great gag was the Evangelion reference. That was so good. That's diving. I would buy that diving suit even as someone who doesn't like the show that much. Oh, that was so good, man. Sorry, that was a sidetrack. But I agree. I get what you're saying though, Miles, too. Yeah, like none of the characters were like horrible. They just weren't very explored because there's too many of them, I think, outside of the main like 3 or 4. Yeah, Kohei really was bad. He was annoying. I'm sure maybe he gets some time to shine in season 2 coming out this summer, right
now.
It's airing right now.
Right now. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at our timing.
I'm starting season 2 right after we're done recording.
This is going to be great for ratings, you would think, surely, on this episode.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry, I've been looking up some laws, and this isn't perfect because I haven't had like a ton of time, but it looks like in Japan, you can be fined for promoting like dangerous ideas to the youth in your like TV programs or whatever. And so that's why this has like the starter thing. I was wondering why it had the like don't underage drink, also no one is underaged thing. And it's because it's like, okay, these people are old enough, but also don't underage drink. And so they don't get accused of like promoting the activity. Why that doesn't happen with borderline sexual assault, I'll never know. But you
do know why, but yeah, unfortunately,
yeah, fair enough. So yeah, but that's probably why they aged them up to like further get away from any possible accusations of like glorifying underage drinking or whatever.
That makes sense.
The more you know. The more you know. There
Look
we
at
go.
that. Look at that.
Do we have anything else we wanted to talk about, or should we do closing?
I gotta say the OP is insane.
It's
Yes.
very good.
It's like a
Very
top.
good.
It's like a top 10 OP for me. I didn't skip it once. I think it's just so fun. I love OPs that set the tone and the mood for the show, and I think
Yeah.
that this did like a great job of doing that. It's just a bunch of fun. So no skip.
Yeah, I think honestly, it does a better job of setting the like I'm in college hanging out with my friends having a good time partying and drinking than the show does, because it's just such a vibe. It's like that's the song you want playing with your friends when you're out drinking on a boat or whatever.
Yep.
Like, just like having a good time. Like da da. I also wanted to point this out for Pat specifically. The English in the song, they rhyme with Japanese words, and I know you always hate the random English words. And so I was like, oh, I hope you appreciate that, because they actually put him in there in a way that Pat will like.
I will go listen to that on YouTube after this episode right now.
You didn't listen to it when you watched the show?
Not a single goddamn
Oh my
time.
god,
no.
dude!
I know, but
That's
I know it from playing anime music clips.
Oh,
I know
okay.
Tsunade, my friends.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get copyright struck for that by beautiful singing.
That was
voice, as you've
honestly
seen.
pretty good. Honestly, like it's better than I could have done.
We did
So
it.
That's why I was the
yes,
singer
that's why
for our Anime Jeopardy
for
episode.
Jeopardy.
Karaoke.
Why don't you give the
baby.
people a taste, Pat?
Chibu. Oh, that was so bad. We gotta play again sometime soon.
Can we just hit the soundboard?
Oh yeah, true.
Amazing.
My soda.
Lives forever in infamy.
What show is that? It's
That's
Code
Code
Geass?
Geass.
It's Code
Okay,
Geass.
okay, yeah.
Colored
Sorry, it was
by
much
flow.
better than the actual OP that I couldn't remember.
I was gonna say you had to recognize it, right? I mean, that was the Jeopardy.
No, it was
on
too.
Jeopardy.
It was too good. It's like when they have those like really, the soulful covers of like silly songs or whatever.
Sure, you guys are really recovering this well. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Anytime,
Of course.
All right, final thoughts and final scores, maybe.
Run it.
sure.
Miles, we'll start with you. What are your final thoughts and final score? Also, maybe you start with Kat and Jay's final score.
Sure.
For people keeping track at home.
Yeah, Kat and Jay couldn't make it for various reasons, but they did complete the show and they have scored the show. Kat has given this show a 7, and Jay has given the show even an 8. The score might be higher. The music was very good. We'll have to ask later. Me, I had a good time talking about this, and I was kind of worried that I wouldn't, because I didn't super like the show, but I do think that we highlighted the parts of the show that I liked in a way that like it might bump my score up a bit. I'm still not incredibly high on it. I still don't think I would really recommend it. I think that honestly, for this kind of thing, there's a lot of Western TV you can watch that sort of gets being in college and having a good time right or wrong, however you want to do it. But as Pete mentioned, this isn't something we see a lot in anime. Slight spoilers, but the next show we're going to watch is also set in college, kinda, and
yeah, kinda.
No one drinks, and that's just not.
That's
real.
not true. Somebody definitely
drink. Oh, her friend.
No, Akane gets hammered drunk.
Does she?
Yeah, and then.
Spoilers.
Oh, that's right. Shit, you haven't seen it. Yo, Trent, cut that.
Don't cut that. That's not fair to me. But no, it's shockingly the two leads in a romance end up together. That's crazy. That doesn't happen in anime. It's okay.
It's a shoujo, so it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoiler: we're watching Yamada.
Okay, not this much. Then, not this much drinking. God, I don't remember that scene literally at all.
I could tell you what Akane is wearing.
Yeah, This is, again, I'm going to give the show the score I gave it originally, and people are going to call me Hitler, and it's whatever. So, anyways, I think I'm going to give this a 7. I'm going to give this a 7. I was originally on a 6, but I had a good time talking about it with you guys, and honestly, that does affect my score.
Let's go.
One way or the other, and, I don't know. I'm going to give them credit for the vibe they were trying to get, because it did come out sometimes. I think ultimately they fail, but I think there's enough there to 7 out of 10 this. Though, I don't know, in a week I might lower it to a 6 again. Who knows?
You're going to, and that's okay.
Yeah. I'm easily influenced by fun. That's
7 out of 10. All right, I'll just lower my score 1 point so that I don't have to
good.
do
Okay, the
again.
math. Yeah, I know. Okay, no, I really did look at the number and was like, it's going to be slightly harder if I do this.
No.
Do I do it?
No, it's okay. I'm kidding, by the way. My score will be the real score. Pete, what about you?
Okay, final thoughts. I wanted to point out my favorite scene in the entire show, and it happens. It's like 10 seconds long, but I think it was a fantastic way. The leak scene was hilarious. I don't care what anybody says. That was so funny.
Really weird.
Have you ever seen MacGruber, the movie?
No.
Oh, damn. It's like a parody of MacGyver. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like a secret agent, and his distraction technique is he puts a celery stick up his butt, and then he runs around and wags his butt like it's a tail, and it's a distraction, and like whatever. It's super funny. Go check out MacGruber. Oh, MacGruber is fucking hilarious. If you like Hot Rod, you'll love MacGruber.
Man, I've never seen Hot Rod.
God damn. Okay. Back to what I was saying. My favorite scene in the story, and it wasn't like funny. Well, it was funny, but like it was a great way to like get some like character introduction of who they were. But it was when they had to get the second car in Okinawa, and it's like the farming truck, and Keiki knows how to drive the manual farming truck, and she's like, oh, it's not like it because I was working in the rice fields or whatever, blah blah blah. I thought that was such a great way to just be like, oh, she's a rural farmer. Like it was that quick, and like I already have an idea more of her character just based off that. I thought that was just like a quick, easy scene to showcase a character of who they were before coming to college. So that was my
especially because she was posing as a city girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that was what the line was. So like the idea is that she almost outed herself as posing and fake. I liked that. I thought that was a cool little line too.
And like they didn't drag it out. It was like 10, 15 seconds. I was like, perfect. That is so well done. Like I really like that. Outside of like the stupid tropes that I don't like, I like the syscon thing like doesn't it's dumb. Like straight up, it's dumb. It's
dumb, but it's weirdly not really there.
It's not like exaggerate like other animes do, like the Brocon syscon thing. Like she doesn't have like a room dedicated to Chisa or something like that. But like she will like essentially nut if she gets an indirect kiss from her sisters. Like shit like that was like not the biggest fan of. Kohei, while he was like a lolicon, I feel like they didn't like overdo it either.
They drop it.
Yeah.
Again.
It's because it's like they do these things that I don't like, but they also it's like good and bad. Like I'm glad that they dropped it, but it's dumb that they even introduced it.
It's kind of like High School of the Dead, where like the otaku guy starts off as like an unlikable lolicon, and then he ends up being like the best character in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh, I forgot that he started off this way. But Kohai didn't become the best character in the
for
show.
Sure. But yeah,
so it's not like it at all.
Nope, it's completely different.
Shut up. All right. But like my issues with like the cast, like I would really love a favorite character in the show. Like that would be awesome. Maybe I'm gonna watch season 2, so maybe there's somebody that will stand out more. But for as much as I love the cast, I thought that having a piece of the cast that like stood out to me was a miss. But like it wasn't like that big of a miss, but it's something I do wish was there for me at least. But I thought this was really great written, like well written. The jokes landed, I would say the majority of the time. Even if I didn't laugh, I would still think it was funny. Not my favorite like this type of show. Like I like Prison School more than Grand Blue in terms of like the etchier side of gag humor. I would personally recommend stuff like Konosuba or Prison School more than this, but I still found this very funny. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
Really quick question, Pete. Prison School. Do I like Grand Blue or Prison School more?
Have you seen Prison School?
No.
I bet you would like Grand Blue more just because Prison School's in high school.
Okay. Yep.
But
and it's also incredibly awful to like any female character now.
If you
Like,
thought no, the girls in prison school are like they're like overly sexualized, but like they are badasses in the show. Like they are awesome characters. They just happen to have, like quadruple G tits. Like, but they are cool characters outside of that. But like,
it's kill a kill.
Yeah, sure. But it's like if you thought like the leak thing from the butt was too much, you'll hate prison school. If you thought I'll do this way. If you thought that joke was not funny, don't watch prison school. If you thought that joke was funny, watch prison school.
Okay. Cool. There has to be some sort of cultural thing I'm missing there, where like a leak in the butt is some sort of home remedy.
They said it was an old school because they didn't have medicine.
Yes,
so
but I wanted to see if that was real. So I tried looking it up, and like the Google AI kept thinking I meant leaky butt, and I just couldn't find anything.
Sure.
So
or it gives you pictures of something you don't want to see.
I was gonna say some sort of porn probably too. Yeah.
Yeah, just medical stuff mostly, but not stuff I would like to.
WebMD leak in the butts. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, Safe Search was on for that search for sure. All right, you gave your score, right, Pete?
8 out of 10.
He did.
8 out of 10. All right, and yeah, I'll wrap us up here. Talking about the show was a lot more fun than watching it. I think mainly because we were reliving the fun moments and having a good conversation about our jovial years, our youths and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to stick with my original score of a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's like offensively bad in any way. It looks good too. The water looks great. The few times they do go diving are pretty cool. But then, the too many, so many, they're naked jokes. It became a lot for me. So 6 out of 10 for me, which brings our average score to a 7.2 out of 10, a whole 1.2 points below what Grand Blue Dreaming is on Mal. Kind of surprised it's that high. I don't know if that's like just me being out of it, but
I don't, because I don't even get it. I'll see shows that are like I don't like Gintama, but I get it.
Right.
Because, it's just not my kind of humor. And I guess this isn't my kind of humor, but I don't get whose humor... Well, Pete likes the humor, and it's still an 8 out. You know what I mean? It's like...
Right.
The humor, I think, even if it was, something you fully enjoyed... When I see a score of, 8.44, I'm also expecting, really good character development and, bonding and... powerful moments, and we got a couple of those, but 8 out of 10 if that was the show version, not 9 or 10 out of 10. I don't know.
And this is
crazy high.
On par in terms of rating with Nishijo, but when you see threads or people talking about favorite comedies in anime, how many times do you hear Grand Blue mentioned and how many times do you hear Nishijo mentioned? It's like when they're on the same pedestal, it's like nobody really ever mentions Grand Blue, and a lot of people mention Nishijo. So it is very surprising that this show is rated as high as it is as well.
Do you think the Attack on Titan fans just saw screenshots from their faces?
They look like Titans. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, freaking Kohei looks like a freaking Titan every time he goes into his angry mode.
They all do.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh yeah, and Yori looks like Eren for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this show is the same rating or 0.01 rating away from Banana Fish, Chainsaw Man, Pluto, ReZero third season,
credit here,
Spy Family season 1, and then that's it. And
it might just be a sneaky show that a lot of people enjoy and just don't talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially just because Mal is a Western audience representation more often than not, right? So I'm just surprised to see it. It would be one thing if it was really popular in Japan, not popular here, but I also don't see who this specifically targets, because it doesn't hit the Shonen Bros in any way.
Oh yes, it does.
That would
this clearly hits the Shonen Bros
running around. This hits the Shonen
the
Bros.
Super hot chicks and the fart jokes. Yeah, this hits the Shonen Bros.
The humor is similar to Chainsaw Man. Derogatory.
I guess maybe that's what
I mean,
it is.
It's a seinen, so it's not. They're pretty adjacent.
No, I guess I was just thinking that all the naked men running around would like turn off any shonen bro from watching it. But fair enough. I see what you mean about like the comedy being similar to like Chainsaw Man or the others, and the other characters enhancing it for them. Wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, I guess that's our discussion on Grand Blue Dreaming. Miles, you compiled the votes this week, all 0 of them.
I
that
did.
led to us watching what show?
Yeah, we will be watching Loving Yamada to level 999. That's how we say it, right? That's it.
Just say Loving Yamada.
Okay, Loving
according to
Yamada
math.
to yeah. Okay, great. To level 9. I just want to make sure I got the but it's not 2. It's no fuck. Okay, so
Just say Loving
You want to
Yamada.
know that?
Just say
Loving
Loving
Yamada.
Yamada.
We're doing Yamada 999. It's
You dig?
Toe is okay. Doesn't matter. It's fine. That's the thing we're watching. Our fans voted on it. Thank you for voting. We're gonna watch it. Okay.
Yep. Our first ever viewers' choice winner. So thanks everybody
Yes.
who voted.
And what I would say was a pretty exciting like upset sort of thing. I wouldn't have expected this to win at the beginning of the bracket. And it
Me
did.
either.
So
Yeah, I maybe I did just because so many people really like it in our Discord, but I thought this was Uma Musume's to lose, but
that's what I was like. Okay, yeah, like we have an entire faction of people in our Discord that joined specifically to get Uma Musume to win, and so I just sort of thought that would carry over.
It was close.
It was.
I was ready to eat my words and watch Interspecies.
Yo, that
Reviewers,
movie
and
though is so well animated. You would have been blown away.
The Uma Musume one.
Yeah, the Uma Musume
not the
movie.
Interspecies review.
No,
movie
God
to
no.
theaters this fall.
God no. If you like Grand Blue, you're gonna fucking hate Interspecies reviewers. I'll tell you that much.
Spoiler alert.
I watched like 5 episodes of it because I was so enamored by it. I just what a show. But all right, yeah, let's do our nominations. And since again these guys watched the shows and just couldn't make it by extenuating circumstances, Miles, what did Jay and Kat both nominate?
Okay, so Kat is nominating Kami-sama Kiss. So we're just like on a nominating shoujos I've seen run. Would that be our first reverse harem?
I don't even think it's a reverse harem.
I do. I've seen it. I think it is.
Okay. I've seen.
I don't know if it has
episodes. I didn't think.
I don't know if it has the tag or not, but it's
not.
all about a bunch of hot men liking her. So I think it is.
Okay, cool.
It's fun. I enjoy it. But it is that. And then Jay is nominating The Legend of Korra, which is an Avatar like Nickelodeon thing. So I love that, by the way. I will have takes that people will not understand if you haven't seen the entire franchise during that, but I'll have them because I'm a very big Avatar fan, and me and my wife rewatch it about once a year, and then we had Cooper, so now we don't, but we used to.
Well, you can get Cooper to watch it soon.
It's soon, yeah, and I have like the supplementary books, like the Kyoshi books and the comics and everything. I'm a big fan, so I'm excited. And then I guess I go into me, right? Okay, so I'm gonna renominate the portrait of Petite Cosette, which is easy enough for me, and then I will swing it over to Pete to do his nomination.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Pete, what have you got?
I'm gonna be similar to Jay, and I'm gonna nominate a non-anime anime, and I'm nominating K-pop Demon Hunters.
We're all just rule breakers now. I'm gonna nominate Ruby, I guess. Then no, I'm kidding.
You can.
I won't. Not this time. Even though that would be really fun.
I finally finished.
Ice Queendom.
Yeah.
Like
3 years after the fact, I watched the last episode.
The last fight goes hard as shit.
It does go hard.
Not in the last episode. You know what happens in the last episode?
The food fight's the last episode. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was kind of upset I watched it. I wish I had it.
Well, you just need to watch the original now. See the original food fight, which is a lot cooler and way more fun. And there's actual love and affection behind the art that they're creating. In which,
hey, Rooster Teeth is doing Let's Play coming up soon. So,
well, Volume 10 actually just got announced that it is about to start production or something like that. So there we go. It's not dead yet. That IP will live
Not dead
for a little
yet.
bit longer. Yeah, no, we're gonna get season 10 in 2030, and I'll have to eat my words then, I guess. I'm excited to watch it. But no, in the meantime, I will just be nominating Lazarus. Did well in the voting. I need to rally everybody once again to watch this show.
That'll be a fun episode.
Speaking about things we love, I love Cowboy Bebop, and there's that connection right there. I mean, it's literally Spike Spiegel is the main character. So
why don't you watch
let's
Carol and
watch
Tuesday
Lazarus.
then? Takes place in the same world.
I've watched enough Carol and Tuesday watching the intro to every single
True that.
I probably watched the duration of Carol and Tuesday in intro music. Hold me now. I'm finally. I'm doing karaoke again. Oh my goodness. Let's end it before I lose my mind. That's Watch Club. Thank you so much for listening. Pete, take it away.
If you have made this far and you want to support the boys, like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on whatever platform you're watching or listening to us on. Next week is our summer first impression. So we'll be talking all the new properties that aired. Even though these sequels so far have been banging, we're going to be mostly focusing on the new shows. So look forward to that. Otherwise, if you are here for Watch Club, we will see you in 2 weeks for Loving Yamada. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.